Welcome back to Let's Play Lost World Jurassic Park. Yeah, I screwed up the audio again and we lost it. So that gives me an excuse to use up the rest of my Jurassic Park remix tracks. So that's alright. And yay, death at the start, but I think that's a pattern. Has there been an episode where we haven't died right off the start? Certainly not for the last while, because now we're down to 6 lives when we had like 15 or something. Those geyser things are a real pain. They don't really give you enough time to jump over them, and it's really hard to tell when it's safe to. Thanks to the 2.5 3D, I don't think this is even that, but yeah, it's hard to tell whether or not the water's going to actually land on you. And even when it does, it's hard to tell how much damage it's going to do. But whatever. Triceratopses now! Yay! Or, not really, because they're a pain in the butt, too. I was feeling rather grateful in the first 2 Tyrannosaurus levels, because all you had to do was hold down the forward button and eat things. And that was a nice break after all the pain and suffering put through by the other characters. I don't know, I'm probably whining too much. Maybe if I went through this game a second time, I'd be able to get it all done in like one shot. Yeah, I just tried to eat that pterodon, whatever. And either you have to be very precise, or you can't. They're just there to tease you. But I would think that you could, because there's not much to eat around here in these levels. But anyway, the geysers are a magnificent, bright shade of blue. Guess the game cannot properly render steam, so they might as well do that. Now for the face down. This took me a while to get the hang of, but like everything, it took me a long time to get the hang of it, but once I got it down, you know, like 5 minutes from now, so we have a bit of a wait, it was actually pretty easy. Well, not necessarily easy, because I did screw up quite a few times once I did get the hang of it, but you had to, like, you're trying to hold down and bite his legs, but there you had to be, as you can see, you had to be pretty particular, otherwise you'd miss. I guess I just caught the pattern later on. It takes a long time for someone as white as I to catch patterns and rhythm. And just like real life, you can see how many times we die trying to do that. That's why I don't play music, only listen. Rather disappointing that I lost the audio for this one, because I was quite into this episode. It's not very often I'm animated while doing anything, but yeah, I was quite expressive while playing this level. Unlike now I'm back to my placid self. Yeah, I just gave up that one round. I'm sorry if being placid makes things a lot less interesting for the viewer. But seems like no matter what I do, I feel quite unnatural doing it. So I prefer to put the least amount of energy into it. Whatever, enough about me. Back to dinosaurs biting each other in the hindquarters. It is a good technique. Get your foot behind a Triceratops's frill and bite their leg. If I was as big as a Tyrannosaurus, I'd probably do that. Or probably not, I'd probably just run. Although, once again, according to that one documentary, which for some reason I'm remembering quite a bit watching this, even though I've watched tons of dinosaur documentaries, but supposedly Triceratops, like that other hard-skulled dinosaur, I forget what its name is, but yeah, its horns and frill are way too thin to actually be useful in a fight. They just do more damage to the dinosaur. So according to this documentary, which is all I have to talk about right now, dinosaurs back in the late Jurassic were much like birds today. Everything about them was decorative. It looked fancy and menacing, but it was only for show. For the sake of turning each other on. At least nature can give us that much. Useless weapons, they're only aesthetic. I think I was still alive there, but I gave up again. And I don't learn. It was safe to go, but I move so cautiously and slow. Stealthy like Solid Snake, but much more useless because this is an action game. Where's the action? Why am I standing there? Oh, it's loaded now. I think I learned better this time, because I stop and wait. Which is even less action than just trying to be sneaky, but at least it works, kind of, in this game. I find it interesting that they make it impossible to get over the various hazard ponds, like the lava, and now the sulfur. They make it impossible to get it over in one jump. Unless I'm missing something, which I hope I'm not, because by this point that's just very annoying, isn't it? Yes, it is. And more Triceratops. They get a bit easier now, but yeah, I don't think I die anymore from Triceratops, I think. Should I put money on it now, even though I played this? No, not at this point. Now I think I'm going to die. Yeah, I died. I should remember playing this and how this went, but no, it's been a long time. I didn't feel like making a standby commentary. Like, it was quite depressing when I found out that the audio wasn't working the first time. And kind of frightening. I wonder if my program is broke, because according to the settings, everything was nominal. And it should have worked, but it didn't. So I have done nothing with it, because I do not want to see how hopeless the situation might be. I'd rather just imagine it. The pterodon just kind of glides by mockingly. He only flaps when he's in the background. It's just an absolute invitation to jump up and bite him, but it didn't quite work out that one time I tried it. It looked like I should have got him, so I didn't bother to try again. Just has so much steam, and then he just kind of lays down and dies. I'm glad video games aren't that realistic where well, most of them aren't, where your character gets too tired to function. At least not games from this era, where you might as well just commit suicide because your character is so low in health that he won't do anything. Yeah. Step on his face, yeah, and full health, that's great. Oh, I guess I did try more than once to eat the pterodon. Is it pterodon or pterodactyl? I'm pretty sure they're the same bird, but I always found it so difficult to find consistencies in my childhood dinosaur books. They didn't really care, the authors of them. Just tell them whatever, they'll figure it out later. We're suffering. See, just give up there, yep. These last two are just too close together, you can't... Yeah, you can see. Yeah, it's through and it's over now. Yay!